Okay guys, you know now, when economy slap you hard, you look for a way to retaliate, and that is why we are making this video today. We all know how expensive tomato has been in the market. Like, gosh, it's like gold now. Like, I mean gold. Tomatoes is like gold. Basically everything is like gold now in the market. You know, the prices of foodstuffs have even tripled. In fact, much more than what it used to be. And you know, now man must survive. And that's why this recipe that I bring to your doorstep today is something you have to just watch. Yeah, you should see this. And you know me now, I'm a realist. I'm not one of those YouTubers who want to tell you that everything makes sense. Like, after preparing it, if it doesn't come out nice, I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, it's nice, it's yummy, it's all that. No, I'm very realistic someone. Basically, I learned about it, I tried to try out. If at the end of the day it doesn't come out nice, I am definitely going to tell you, so that you do not waste your resources in doing that. And if at the end of the day it is superb, you're still going to know at the end of this video. So just follow me, let's walk through the journey. I'm going to give you my sincere review. And guys, this recipe is far cheaper. I mean far cheaper than tomatoes. I'm going to tell you the prices I got these things, these ingredients. That's the main ingredients I'm using for the stew. You're going to see the quantity. Yes, it was small. I made it small because I didn't trust if I'm going to like it or not, so that in case it's not nice, I'm not just going to throw a bunch of stuffs away or forcing myself to eat what I don't like. So I have to make it in a little quantity. But irrespective of the fact that I bought this at a cheap cost, because it's little, the what I got at the end of the day was still much. Like, if I was to use this same amount of money to buy tomatoes in order to make tomato stew, I definitely wouldn't have. In fact, let me not even say I won't get this quantity. It would have been able to even make a pot of stew. That's the truth. And this recipe has its prawns and it has its corn. So at the end of this video, I'll be telling you both the prawns and the corn. So follow me, let's try together. Okay, so here are the ingredients we'll be using for our carrot stew. This is the quantity of carrot I got, and this cost me 300 naira. Then the green pepper cost me 100 naira. So I've got someone who helped with scraping the carrot. I always like to scrape the back of my carrots before using, though the person didn't scrape them properly. So when it's time for me to grate them, I'm going to do another scrape. Then that's the onions. One bulb of onions will be using. And then chicken wings. I love chicken wings. Whenever I'm making stew, I always love to use chicken wings. I always love it a lot. So even this carrot stew I'll be making, I'll be using chicken wings. Then the spices we'll be using, we have rosemary, then I have garlic, dried garlic, as I do not have fresh one. Now I have fresh ginger, so I'll be using fresh ginger. And then black pepper. I always love to add black and white pepper as spices, but in this case now I do not have white pepper anymore, so I'll just be using black pepper. Then I'll be using turmeric as well to enhance the color, but it is not mandatory. Then I have fried shallots. Then I have curry. Then I have salt and Maggi. There's no specific quantity. Basically, I'm not going to lie and say 2 grams of this, 3 grams of that. I like to be really realistic. So basically, how I make my food, I add, you know, I've been cooking for a long time, so I can to a large extent just I gauge what I'll be using, the spices, Maggi, what quantity. Maybe it will be a little less to add after tasting. Yeah. Then I love to use these 2 spices when I'm making stew, Benny and Lasso chicken spice. Yeah, there are several types of chicken spices in the market, but I specifically prefer this Lasso chicken spice because of the taste. So now it's time to marinate our chicken. If you do not ever marinate your meat, either beef, chicken, goat meat, whatever, before cooking, maybe you should try this time around. Like, you would definitely be happy you did. Like, the taste is different, it's heavenly. So to marinate my chicken, after washing them, put them in the pot that we use in cooking, and then I add the different spices. I've added garlic, ginger, thyme, rosemary, even turmeric. Okay, this was the part where I used turmeric, salt, pepper, black pepper, so curry. I added all of this thyme. I also added the chicken seasoning. Since it is chicken I am marinating, then I'm going to, assuming it's beef, I would have used beef seasoning, yeah. So I'm going to cover it using foil paper so that it can marinate very well. I'm going to leave it like this for at least an hour before cooking. So now it's time to prepare the carrots. I initially told you guys that the carrot wasn't well scraped. The person who helped didn't do it properly. That's why I'm just trying to clean it up some more. After that, I'm going to grate. So now I'm done scraping all the carrots, and now it's time to grate. So you see the grater I'm using, you know your grater has different hole sizes, you get. So there are some parts that would make whatever you have grated come out in bigger chunks than others. So I'm using the one with the smallest holes. I'm using the grater hole that is the smallest in this my grater, so that it can come out in tiny little bits as much as possible. So now I'm done with grating my carrot. I'm now slicing my green pepper. So you see the pattern I used to slice them. I first of all cut them out in strips, long strips, and then trimming them in tiny little bits. So now it's time to grate my onions and pepper atarodo. So at this juncture we have our carrot, grated carrot, sliced green pepper, and fresh pepper and onions that's already grated. They are all set and ready. So now let's go check the chicken we've been marinating if it's time to cook. Of course, it's been an hour since we started marinating this chicken, so it will be ready to cook. So when we want to cook, we're not going to add water from the beginning. We just put it on low heat so that it can steam while cooking. This will enable the ingredients that I used in marinating the chicken to finally penetrate deep into the chicken. This will make the chicken tastier when you're eating. It's not those type of chicken when it seems as if the ingredients or the sweetness is just on the outside, it doesn't penetrate inside. But doing it this way, your chicken will taste very good, just the way it tastes outside to taste like so inside, till you are done cracking the bone. Okay, so it's steaming on that low heat for some few minutes now, just like 2 to 3 minutes on that low heat. Please do not forget. Now it's time to add water so that it can finally cook. So as I'm adding water, I'm trying to stir the chicken, trying to mix it so that the ingredients can go around, so that it's not just concentrated on some particular chickens and some they are lacking ingredients. So after doing that, you add some more salt and Maggi. Just salt and Maggi are added this time around. I'm going to add some onions as well from the one I grated, basically. So now I've added the pepper and onions, the grated pepper and onions to the hot oil, and I'm stir frying for some few minutes, maybe like 1 to 2 minutes, before adding the grated ginger. So right now I'm adding the grated ginger, and then I'm going to allow it to stir fry for like a minute or two. Then I will add the green pepper. After adding the pepper, I'm still going to stir fry for another 1 minute or 2 minutes. Then I will add the carrots, the grated carrots. At this juncture, you do not want to know you're missing out. In fact, the whole place is tantalizing. In fact, the aroma in the air is something else. Oh my god, you're going to be filled with the aroma even before the food gets ready. So as you put in the carrots, you keep stir frying. You're going to fry it very well so that the water in the carrot can dry up. So while doing this, you'll be adding your spices. I already showed you the spices, but I'm still going to leave a list of the spices in the description box so that in case you could check it out and you have an idea of everything, so that you do not have to be playing the video all over again. So there's one thing I always make sure of before. Yes, I've added a little quantity of salt. Of course, I know that little quantity of salt I added it's not enough for the stew I'm making, but I've saved the rest of the salt as well as the Maggi, the lasso chicken spice, and the penny until I've added the meat stock. So it's after adding the meat stock. Remember, this meat stock contains all these spices already. So if you go and add those spices and then you now add the meat stock, it might just get too much and it might be over. So usually I can put the black pepper, white pepper, curry, thyme or rosemary, ginger, all the other spices before the chicken stock. But then for salt, Maggi, Benny and chicken spice, I put those ones only after putting the chicken stock and tasting it to be sure how much more is needed. So we have come to the end of making our stew. It's ready. You remember, you have to fry before you add that chicken stock. You have to fry the carrot very well in the oil, just like you will fry your tomatoes, just to be sure that the carrot water is completely dried before you pour your chicken stock and all that. So you can make it to whatever consistency you want. If you want the stew lighter than this, you can add more stock, but I just like it like this. This thickness is fine for me, and that's it. You allow it to boil a bit and then your carrot chicken stew is ready. Now we are going to taste. I told you people that at the end of this video I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons. Yeah, the carrot stew is superb. Like, it is everything delicious. If you've never tasted this stew before, you just want to try it out. Like, one, it's cost effective. You're going to spend less making this pot of stew. Not just that, it is yummy. Like, you're definitely going to like it. In fact, even my sister, who is not a fan of carrots itself, loved this carrot stew. Like, you needed to see the bowl of rice she finished with it and went to serve some more. So trust me, you can hold me responsible if it doesn't come out nice. In fact, there are two types of ways you can make this carrot stew. I cannot guarantee the other way because I have not tried it out and I do not know how it tastes. But I can guarantee you this one, that you will most definitely like it. So I would want to see your comments. Like, drop your comments. Let me know if it's something you have tried before, and let me know how it came out. Did you enjoy it? Is it something you want to try again? Or if you've never tried it out, is it something you want to give a try? Trust me, you definitely want to give this a try if you never tried it, because if you don't give this a try, you are definitely missing out. I'm not even capping. Okay, so that's it for the pro. But the con is that it drinks. In fact, it consumes oil. Like, it consumes oil. It will require much more oil to fry than tomato would require. But this is the good news. That you're using lots of oil to fry does not mean that you must consume the oil. Even for my tomato stew, I use a lot of oil, like plenty oil to fry it, so that it can fry very well, because the more the oil, the more it will fry. I like to really fry my tomato stew to the point where that taste dies, that raw taste of tomatoes or sour taste of tomatoes dies away. So it will require such quantity of oil. But what I do is that after making the stew, I now scoop the oil out and keep it. It won't go bad. I just keep it in my freezer. It will just block and it's there. When next I need to make stew, I use the oil. So that's what you can do. So after frying that's the same thing I did for this carrot stew. I had to scoop the oil, the excess oil at the end, and I kept it. The day I wanted to make jollof rice, I used the oil, the one I scooped out. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Please, if it is your first time watching my channel, welcome to my YouTube channel, Anita Daniel TV. Please do not leave without subscribing. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I super duper appreciate. Please do not forget to give this video a like and drop a comment as well, so that YouTube can recommend the video to broader audience. Thank you so much. Till I see you in my next video. Bye for now.